Welcome. In this video, we're going to learn how to search through lists with a recursive algorithm. So, up until now, we've done traversals in which every element of the list has been visited. But if we are searching for a specific value, then we can stop early. So, a search is defined by being able to check for a specific property or check for a specific whether a list contains a specific value or satisfies a specific property. Sometimes we can end the search early. So for example, if we're checking whether our list contains only even values, as soon as we find an odd value, we can stop the search and say that the property has not been satisfied. Sometimes the return value will be an integer and we will be looking for the position of an element that satisfies the property or any other value. And we typically use -1 to indicate that position or that index has not been found. In other cases, we just look for a Boolean answer. So for example, are all the elements in this list even or odd? Then we would have a true-false answer. Or are all the elements in this list different, etc. If we need to traverse through all the list, then we will say that the search property is not found, and otherwise we'll be able to end early. So let's look at a general pattern for implementing these recursive algorithms. So if we choose a bottom-up approach with a single parameter, remember that we use this parameter to avoid chopping the list every time and having a more efficient implementation. Remember that we already had the base case, for example, of looking for a position whether a position matches a property. And if the position is not found, we'll return -1 as a signal of saying, oh, it hasn't been found, sorry. Then, in the general case, we have two checks to perform. First, we check whether the value matches the property, and then in this case, we're returning the first index that satisfies this specific property. And in any other case, we keep searching through the list by incrementing the index by 1 and then performing a recursive call. Of course, we also need to have a implementation without the first parameter, and then we give the first parameter its initial value of 0. And the user should be calling this implementation of the method. In this case, we are searching from the end, so using a top-down approach. And this is a very similar implementation. We compare the end to 0 and say, okay, we've reached the beginning of the list, so we haven't found what we were looking for. Then in the general case, we can the element can either satisfy the property or not. If it does, then we say, oh, we found our answer and return the position. Otherwise, we subtract 1 from the parameter and keep searching by performing a recursive call. And as always, we have our main function that the user can call, which gives us the initial value for the positional parameter, which is the final index of the list. And that's it. I'll see you on the next video.